Hey guys, it's me again. I just happen to be cruising YouTube because, it's nice to listen to stuff while I'm driving. And lo and behold, what did I see? Oh, dearie me. Another thing about how the big social media networks are basically trying to control the narrative and are went to face a committee that they shouldn't have been facing in the first place, got asked absolutely no questions. Marco Rubio asked them how they can help prevent Russian interference in our next election. And it's basically a dog and pony show about censorship and basically allowing the big tech companies to censor who they like. Now, I understand. Free market. These are private companies, and they're allowed to do as they please. But at a certain point, what they're doing comes in direct conflict with our First Amendment rights. And at some point, it's a major gray area that the big companies are basically twisting the arms of the government to stay the hell out of it. And who suffers? People who disagree with their points of view get banned under these vague rules that have absolutely no transparency. Like Alex Jones, yes, he became a martyr over this. And they said, well, it's a free market, go use something else. Well, that's something else. Well, the big companies basically, apply pressure economically and through the government to either stifle them, destroy them. Basically, they're using manipulation of just about any means necessary to control the narrative, destroy any dissenting view, and try to create the blue tide that has been talked about forever. What they don't understand is they seem to think, if we get rid of people like Alex Jones and stuff like that, well, we'll just get rid of them, but we'll keep all the people. But don't understand that their stock prices are taking a small nosedive. Like, in the last couple of months, Twitter has gone down 6%. It seems to be doing nothing but down as more and more people realize that their freedom of speech really isn't being observed and they're going elsewhere. I can't believe Twitter is just this naive and stupid. And Facebook seems to be following suit, though Mr. Zuckerberg seems to think, well, it's okay. We'll be fine. Well, they may be fine in the end, but this is definitely more in the information war. And social media moguls really need to take stock of, yes, you guys can, ban people who you like under your own twisted rules, but it's going to cost you in the end. And trying to control a narrative like this is not going to work in the end. You guys just seem to think, if we can control the information and spin it any way we want, we'll just, control the masses. Well, more and more of the masses are starting to wake up and realize there are ways around your bullshit. And yes, my truck has a heartbeat. Plus, it's hurt. People start slowing down. Anyway, but the point I'm trying to make is this. And some stuff with Jeff Collin, who I'm going to link in the video, I disagree with. When it comes to freedom of information, I totally agree with you. Information should be free just as speech. You may not like it, you may not agree with it. They may say some of the most dirty stuff imaginable that you would spend the rest of your life trying to defend. Because, I did. Michael Douglas said it best, the American president. America isn't easy. It's advanced issues. You got want it bad. You want free speech? You stand there and listen to a man saying everything that you would spend a lifetime opposing at the top of your lungs while he's shouting it to the top of his. Now defend that. Preach that in classrooms. Then you can talk about the land of the free and the home of the brave. That's the problem with, the extreme left these days. They seem to think that our constitutional rights end at their feelings, but the reverse isn't true. They can basically spout whatever they want. We have to agree with it. We have to like it. We have to respect it. But if we come up with a dissenting view, well, you're just this, and no, I don't have to. And when you don't, you're just an evil person. No, we're not. is something I can't understand about socialist and social justice warriors, where they can twist the First Amendment like a pretzel to suit their own ends, but when we do the same thing, oh my God, we're such terrible people. It's like, I'm just doing what you're doing. I'm playing by your rules. Well, you're not allowed to do that. Well, then you aren't allowed to do that either. And watch them just get utterly flabbergasted and pissed. It's funny. It's funny to watch. But as far as the big media censorship are going, I mean, oh God. Oh, damn it. It's a Jeff Combs video. But this one guy who I listen to who's also like, he does a series of, this place is a shithole. You can find him on YouTube. And he does Sweden, he did San Francisco. I mean, I think he's from the UK, but the thing is, as conservatives as like Jeff Combs, these guys are, they at least argue with facts. Yeah, sometimes they do supposition and some of their shit I don't agree with. I don't have to agree with. And you know what? At least on their point of view, it's like, well, you don't have to agree with everything I say. That's cool. But yeah, guys, if you're not paying attention to the big social media platforms really starting to slobber the knob of, mainstream media trying to control the narrative, especially going into this midterm election, which is probably one of the most important midterm elections in the last century. Boy, you guys need to open your eyes and pay attention, because boy, is social media trying to control this narrative, and they're trying to do it hardcore now. I mean, they've been doing it on the sly, but now they're basically pulling off the white glove and they're putting on the boxing gloves and they're getting ready to go. Actually, they're already at war as far as they're concerned. So, boy, no turn signal going flying across 4 lanes of traffic. Oh, you gotta love it. Silly shit, I see as a truck driver. Anyways, but yeah, guys, these social wars and the information wars, God, it's only getting worse. Keep your eyes open. Watch the social media platforms. Watch their stock prices. Watch how desperate they're starting to get. Watch how people with dissenting views are slowly being kicked off social platforms. But like I said, what they don't understand is when these people go, they take their crowd with them. And all the money they get off those crowds go with them. And it's starting to hurt them in stock prices, because Danny DeVito said it best in the movie Twins. Money talks and bullshit walks. Well, in these social and information wars, that's really starting to become a mantra of money talks and bullshit walks. So keep your eyes open, people. And don't just rely on mainstream media. Find other sources of information. Try and, compare and contrast things. And usually when you find a couple of different points of view, somewhere in the middle, you find the truth of the matter. It's the Iron Wolf. Stay frosty, people.